One.
Hi, I'm Bassett, and I am in the Screaming Tunnel in Niagara Falls. And it is said, I'm going to read a little bit here because there's a lot of history to it and there's a lot of different rumors about it. The Screaming Tunnel is a small limestone tunnel running underneath what once was the Grand Trunk Railway lines, now the Canadian National Railways, located in the northwest corner of Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. The actual location of the attraction is just off Warner Road. Often thought to be a railroad tunnel, it was actually constructed only as a drainage tunnel so that the water can be removed for the farmlands. This water would go underneath the Grand Trunk Railway and down to the valley below. Farmers used this tunnel to transport goods and animals safely underneath the busy railroad above. The tunnel, constructed in the early 1900s, is 16 feet in height and 120 feet long. A local legend recounts that the tunnel is haunted by the ghost of a young girl who, after escaping a nearby burning farm building with her clothing ablaze, died within its walls. Now, another one says that the girl was set on fire by her father because he was enraged after he lost the custody of his children. Another tells of a young girl being raped inside this tunnel and being burned to death to prevent any evidence of it ever happening. All variants involve a claim that a match struck in here will actually be blown out by this little girl because of her dying screams. This purported phenomena is alleged to be the origin of the tunnel's name, the Screaming Tunnel. So let's see if this actually works. Now, we're going to take a match. Actually, this is even better than a match because, as you know, it's gas, so it's going to take a lot. There is no air whatsoever in here.
Look at it trembling.
As you know, I'm not doing anything here. And it's going to take a lot to take out something like this.
Too cool.
Wow. I got to do that one more time. Okay? That's really weird, okay? I really don't believe in this kind of stuff.
See, there's no air in here. There's no air movement here. This is like dead airspace. There's not even an air current.
I don't want to do this again. I'm a little freaked out. Okay, now, actually coming down Warner Road, we didn't film any of that, but it's really isolated here. And I didn't know anything of this story before my friend introduced me to it today. They actually use this as one of Stephen King's novels to shoot the dead zone. And there's a small, one second, this stone is made of limestone, and apparently there is a small independent company that did the whole story about the origin of this tunnel. Now we're going to be walking up to the house where it actually burned down. As you can see, we're walking through a lot of the flow of the debris and water up this hill. I feel like it was Friday the 13th. God.
Whoa. Wow.
Around here?
Yeah, just up on this side here. Wow, look at this cesspool.
I mean, this is really... This is spooky. Especially since it's getting a little later in the day.
Yeah, it's twilight.
Whoa. Let's do this really quickly.
Yeah.
I don't like being up in the corridor. I mean, who knows what's going to happen here? I'm running because I really want to get the hell out of here. Can you imagine this actually happened to a little young girl? I mean, like, look at that tree. How spooky is that? Now, I'm assuming the house. What's that? What is that?
What was it?
Oh my god.
It was just up here further.
Right here?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Okay, the house was burnt down. And there was another story that wasn't other was a kid that said he actually had killed his other children. And she escaped what was on fire and burned. And now this is exactly where the house was. Now I'm going to light the lighter because they say apparently it won't go out.
It's done a better job outside here than in the tunnel where there's no air. And this is windy here, so it's actually done a better job.
You know
It's
what?
better.
Now you
It's
say
done a
that.
better job out here in the elements than it has
Yeah, it
inside.
is.
It's hailing a little bit on us right now too.
Yeah, that's what the noise would be.
That's freaky.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Inside the tunnel, there's no air movement. We had a problem.
You know, it's interesting when you read about these stories, which I've been doing quite frequently the last 2 months. And I didn't know about that one until my friend told me. I happened to be in the area of the last one we did, and if you're wondering why I look like I'm, you know, been living in an igloo, it's because we tried a new experiment to see how wonderful the waters of Lake Ontario were at 50 degrees in all my clothes. So this is not generally my normal attire, but I have to say I quite like it. I'm gonna have to steal this from you. I'm gonna do that thing one more time. This is where all my athletic training comes in. Come on, cameraman, gotta keep up. It doesn't really say the age of the child the girl was.
No, I believe she was young. Very young.
This is our third. Oh, sorry. I keep here. I'm starting to get a little freaked out because this is the first of the 3 that actually could somewhat be a little bit believable. That's the reason we use the gas, because on YouTube and all these videos that you see about the screaming tunnel, they're all done with little matches. And on top of that, about, yeah, hang on, it's a little wet. So much for my nice new running shoes. And what it's getting at is in most of the time they do this paranormal thing about this little girl. They do it with matches and then 2 or 3 people go in at a time. So you're just looking at me all alone. And as you can see, I'm putting the gas on and I'm putting it away from me. So I cannot sit here and have any way of blowing it out. So let me just turn it on. And they say that sometimes you can actually hear her. And this is like a situation. One second. Christopher. It's like a Jacques Cousteau thing. Now it's getting really dark. This is when I wanted this day to end, with not having to do any of this kind of stuff in the dark, because I'm so freaked out about it. Now I don't even know if I'm walking in like full-blown tunnel here. Okay, I'm about to the center again. I wonder if there's any sign of it.
This is about the middle.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting about it is there is no difference now than when I was last in here about 15 minutes ago. The fact is, her presence might not be here right now. Because I have done nothing different now than I did the first time I was in here. So I'm going to do it one more time. Thumb's not moving. Extended my elbow. Excuse me, my arm. I'm going to put it on now. You know what? That actually makes me feel happy. Because then maybe the soul isn't in here right now. Maybe we were wanting to just let her get to the other side. Maybe we will no longer be anybody that could come in here and will be blown out. That would be my wish for this little girl. Anyway, thank you, and it has been wonderful telling everybody this story about the screaming tunnel in Niagara Falls.